All right, so this might sound a little far-fetched at first, but hear me out. Once you really get the hang of the principles in this video, you could seriously have, be, and do anything your heart desires. No joke. Now, think about this. Have you ever looked at someone and thought, how do they seem to have it all together? They're happy, healthy, successful, and things just fall into place for them. But then, there's someone else you know who's struggling to even get by, unhappy, sick, or feeling like they've hit a wall. What gives? Is it just luck, or is there something more going on? What if I told you there's some hidden knowledge out there, passed down through the ages by secret societies and hidden masters, that can unlock all the answers and help you reach your highest potential? Sounds like a movie, right? But it's real, and it's waiting for you. This ancient wisdom is called Hermeticism. It's like a treasure map to understanding the universe, and it's been around since about the 1st or 2nd century AD, straight from Egypt. Ever heard of Hermes Trismegistus? He's the guy who's basically the messenger of the gods and the source of all knowledge. He wrote a bunch of texts about Hermeticism, specifically the 7 Hermetic principles. These principles tell us how reality works and how we can use our minds to shape it. Hermeticism influenced a ton of esoteric and occult movements like alchemy, astrology, and even Freemasonry. Big names like Leonardo da Vinci, Isaac Newton, and Carl Jung all found inspiration in these teachings. Fast forward to today, and Hermeticism is still a huge deal for people on a quest for spiritual enlightenment and personal growth. In this video, I'm going to break down each of the 7 principles in simple terms and show you exactly how you can use them in your life. Once you understand them, you'll unlock the power of your mind and start creating your own reality. Plus, you'll see how everything is connected, how you fit into the bigger picture, and how you can harness those connections to your advantage. So, the first principle? Mentalism. In a nutshell, it says that everything is mind. Yeah, the whole universe is mental. That means everything you see, touch, or experience is really just a manifestation of a bigger, universal mind. You can think of it as God, or the source, or simply the all. It doesn't really matter what you call it. What matters is that this mind is everywhere, and everything we experience is just a projection of it. Here's the kicker. Your mind is a part of this universal mind, which means you've got the same creative power it has. You're not just a bystander in this world. You're a co-creator. The thoughts and beliefs you hold shape the reality you experience. So, if you want a positive life, you've got to start by focusing on positive thoughts. Now, this might sound all mystical and abstract, but science has got your back here. Ever heard of quantum physics? Yeah, it's the thing that messes with our minds. It says that reality isn't as set in stone as we think. It's all about the observer. How we look at things changes what those things are. Take light, for example. It can behave like both a wave and a particle, depending on how we measure it. Crazy, right? The point is, reality is kind of like a mirror. It's reflecting what you think and expect. And it gets even weirder. Ever heard of a self-fulfilling prophecy? Basically, if you believe something's going to happen, good or bad, you act in a way that makes it true. Think you're going to fail a test? Chances are you'll study less and mess it up, just because you already decided you're going to fail. Or maybe you've heard about the placebo effect, where you believe something, like a sugar pill, is going to heal you, and bam, you start feeling better, even though there's no real medicine in it. Your belief is the real power here. By understanding and applying the principle of mentalism, you can start using your mind to make things happen. Start paying attention to what you think and feel, and notice how it shows up in your life. Trust me, once you get the hang of it, you'll be amazed at what you can create. All right, let's dive into the second Hermetic principle, the principle of correspondence. It goes like this: as above, so below. As within, so without. Seems simple, right? but there's a lot more to it than meets the eye. What it's saying is that everything in the universe, big and small, is connected. The macrocosm, the huge, vast universe, reflects the microcosm, the tiny, personal world we live in, and vice versa. What happens inside you has an echo in the outer world, and what you see outside is a reflection of your inner self. It's like the whole universe is playing a cosmic game of mirror, and we're all caught in it. Everything's connected by patterns and laws, whether it's the physical world we can touch or the spiritual realms we can't always see. When you understand those patterns, you start to get a better grasp on who you are and where you fit into the grand scheme of things. Picture this: you're standing in front of a mirror. Whatever face you make, that mirror's going to make the same face back at you. Smile, the mirror smiles. Frown, it frowns right back. The universe works the same way. Whatever energy, thoughts, and vibes you throw out into the world, it throws them right back at you. Think positive, and positive stuff starts showing up in your life. But if you're always stuck in negative thoughts and feelings, you guessed it, those show up too. It's like the universe is a giant reflection of your inner state, mirroring everything you project. Let me give you a little story to show how this works in real life. A while back, I was stuck in a job I hated. I was grumbling every day, dreading the morning alarm. My boss? Annoying. My coworkers? Don't even get me started. My tasks? Boring as heck. And guess what? The more I complained, the worse things got. I'd mess up stuff at work, have conflicts with coworkers, and the days just seemed to drag on forever. And on top of that, my personal life was feeling pretty miserable too. I had no energy, felt sick all the time, and wasn't getting along with anyone. It was a mess. But then, something clicked. I realized I was the one in charge of my reality. My thoughts and feelings were shaping everything around me. So, I decided to make a change. Instead of focusing on the negatives, I started looking for the good. I reminded myself that my job was teaching me new skills, giving me flexibility, and allowing me to help others. I started feeling grateful for the opportunity, and I expressed thanks every single day. I thanked my boss for his guidance, my coworkers for their support, and even the challenges for helping me grow. And guess what happened next? My whole world shifted. My work life became more enjoyable, and my performance improved. Suddenly, my boss and coworkers were recognizing me more, offering feedback and giving me new opportunities. On top of that, my personal life started to look up. I had more energy, felt healthier, and started having better relationships. That's just one way the principle of correspondence plays out, but it works the same way in any part of your life. Whether it's your health, your relationships, or your career, it all comes down to aligning your thoughts, feelings, and actions with the outcome you want. When your inner world shifts, the outer world follows suit. The third Hermetic principle is all about the principle of vibration. And let me tell you, it's a real game changer. It says, nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates. In other words, from the tiniest speck of dust to the grandest galaxy, everything in the universe is constantly buzzing, shifting, and shaking. Every little thing is moving and vibrating at its own unique frequency, depending on what it is and how it's feeling. Now hold on, because here's where it gets cool. That means you, my friend, are a vibrating being too. Yep, you've got your own frequency going on. Your thoughts, emotions, beliefs, and actions are like a radio signal, playing your own tune that echoes out into the world. And guess what? Your vibe attracts what's in harmony with it and pushes away anything that doesn't match. This is the secret sauce behind the law of attraction. It's all a reflection of how you vibrate. So, when you're vibrating at a high frequency, you're in sync with all the good stuff: joy, love, abundance, peace. You're a magnet for those things. But when your frequency is low, you're hanging out with fear, anger, scarcity, and all those heavy emotions. Not fun, right? But here's the good news. There's a way to raise your vibration. One of the easiest, most powerful ways? Gratitude. It's like flipping a switch from darkness to light. Gratitude shifts your focus from what you don't have to what you do. It opens your heart wide, letting more good stuff flow in. So, here's a little exercise you can do. Every morning, jot down 3 things you're grateful for. Doesn't matter if they're big or small, as long as they make you feel good. Then, throughout your day, when something sparks happiness or gratitude, take a moment to say, "Thank you," out loud, in your head, however feels right. Watch how this simple act changes your mood and shifts your energy. Now, let's move on to the 4th Hermetic principle, the principle of polarity. It tells us, everything is dual, everything has poles, everything has its pair of opposites. Think about it. Hot and cold, light and dark, good and evil, love and hate. These aren't 2 separate things. They're just 2 sides of the same coin. They're the opposite ends of the same spectrum. And guess what? You've got the power to switch the polarity on any situation. You get to decide whether you're going to see the bright side or the dark side of things. You get to choose to love or hate, to be happy or sad whenever you want. The beauty of this principle is that it lets you find balance between the extremes. It gives you a chance to explore the full range of possibilities. Take sadness, for example. It's a natural emotion, right? And sure, it has its place. But you don't have to stay stuck in it. If you're feeling down, you can flip the switch and remember a time when you were happy, or do something that lifts your spirit. And remember, sadness isn't forever. It's temporary. It will pass, and joy will take its place. One great way to practice this principle is through acceptance. Acceptance doesn't mean you like everything that happens. It's just acknowledging things for what they are, without fighting or judging them. When you do this, you free yourself from suffering and open the door to growth. So next time you face a challenge, try saying, "I accept this." Then ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I grow from this? How can I use this to my advantage? I promise, this small shift in mindset will change the way you approach life's ups and downs. The 5th Hermetic principle is the principle of rhythm, and oh boy, is it one to live by. It's all about the idea that everything in the universe moves in this natural rhythmic swing, kind of like a pendulum swaying back and forth. Nothing stays stuck in one place forever. Nope, that's just not how it works. Think about it. We all go through cycles in life. There are times when we're on fire, full of energy, creativity, and motivation. Then there are other moments when we're dragging our feet, feeling tired, uninspired, and just kinda blah. It's like the tide. Sometimes it's high, sometimes it's low. And guess what? That's totally normal. It's part of the rhythm of life. You can see this in nature too, like the changing seasons, the phases of the moon, and the ebb and flow of the ocean's tides. Heck, even entire civilizations rise and fall, driven by this same rhythm. So, what does this mean for you? Well, the trick is to roll with it. When you're in a slump, don't fight it or throw a tantrum. It's a natural dip, part of the cycle, and it's okay. Instead of stressing out, take it as an opportunity to slow down, rest, reflect, and just be. You're getting ready for the next wave, trust me. And when you're riding high, don't let your head get too big or your ego too puffed up. Keep it cool, keep creating, and keep showing gratitude. Enjoy the sweet fruits of your hard work while they last. Life's all about embracing the rhythm, understanding that you can't control everything, but you can sure as heck control how you react to what's coming your way. There are ups, there are downs, and learning to dance with those rhythms is the key to balance and peace of mind. Now, let's dive into the 6th Hermetic principle, the principle of cause and effect. This one's a game changer too. It tells us that nothing is random. There's always a cause for every effect, and every cause leads to a certain effect. It's like everything in the universe is connected by this invisible thread, and every little action you take has a ripple effect that travels through your life and beyond. Whether it's on a spiritual, mental, or physical level, everything we do, think, and feel sends out ripples that eventually return to us. Take the butterfly effect, for example. It's the idea that a tiny action, like a butterfly flapping its wings in Brazil, can set off a chain reaction that causes something massive, like a tornado in Texas. Sounds wild, but it's true. It's a reminder that everything is connected, and even the smallest change can lead to big consequences. This principle also has a lot to do with your habits, those things you do day in and day out, whether you're aware of it or not. Your habits are the causes, and the results are the effects. If you hit the gym every day, that's going to show up in your life as good health and fitness. But if you have a habit of smoking, well, you might end up with some not-so-great results. The good news here? Once you understand the principle of cause and effect, you realize you're not just a passenger in your life. Nope, you're the driver. You have the power to make choices that align with your spiritual goals, your values, and your purpose. Every positive thought, healthy habit, or kind action is a cause that will bring back a positive effect. It's like planting seeds. You've got the power to plant the right ones and watch your life blossom. The seventh Hermetic principle is the principle of gender, which tells us that everything has both masculine and feminine aspects. These energies are not just about biological gender, but are modes of expression that apply to our thoughts, behaviors, emotions, and feelings. The masculine energy is active, logical, rational, and goal-oriented, while the feminine energy is receptive, intuitive, creative, and emotional. They are not opposites, but complementary, like the two sides of a coin. Just like the yin and yang energies, in Eastern philosophy, which represent the dynamic interaction of all phenomena, these energies are always in motion and in relation. Yin is feminine, dark, and soft, while yang is masculine, light, and hard. The principle of gender teaches us to balance these energies within ourselves and in our relationships. We need to integrate both logic and intuition, action and reflection, ambition and the ability to nurture. By doing so, we achieve integrity and harmony, expressing our true potential. We improve our communication and connection with others, valuing the diversity of life that arises from the interaction of genders. Now, with an understanding of the 7 Hermetic principles, you can apply them in your daily life and observe how your reality transforms. If this video resonated with you, I invite you to like and subscribe to our channel, share this video with others so they can benefit from this message, and don't forget to leave a comment below, sharing your thoughts, reflections, and experiences. Take care, and see you soon.